And then obviously, Angie helped me once with one of them was kind of trying, okay, well, I'll, why don't you, if I can make a suggestion, why don't you try the trimmer? At least you can still save your buy now offer for
Hmm.
later, and you'll just be doing the 2 month payment for 40, like to pay for 40 a month.
Hmm.
Obviously he still didn't like that, so it's kind of like, okay, well, like I said, you're not pressured to buy anything. Um, so I think just getting better at that. Even I had like my last one last night. She was so we went through all the individuals because she has a Henkel set,
Hmm.
and she really likes it. And I went to the individuals with her, and she was really interested in the cheese knife and the spatula.
Hmm.
Um, and she was really nice too. She let me, even though she said no, she let me still go through just get practice as well.
Yeah, good.
But she was like, "Oh, I want to think about it." And I guess like with what she does for work, she does a lot of research as well. So she just wants to do more research on the knives before
Hmm.
she can purchase. So like even though I went through the individuals, I was like, do I still go through? Well, if you don't buy now, you won't get the buy now offer. How does that part I'm still a little bit confused on.
Yeah. So yeah, that's great. Um, so uh, first of all, back to the question. Where the question is, what did we? You did 6 demos yesterday. What are your biggest learning takeaways? Well, first of all, it was cool. You got your first promotion, which is awesome. You got that out of the way. On your specific question or about how do I handle that one? Yeah, if someone says I want to do some research, you said, Miss Jones, that's great. We want you to do research too. That's the reason that we have the guarantee. Right? The
Mm-hmm.
guarantee is set aside. It's a 15-day guarantee. Now that's 15 business days from the day you get the item. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
what you're saying is you want to do some research, you want to think about it, you want to really make sure you're making a smart decision, right? That's the main thing you want to do? Great. And they always agree, of course. Yes, well, they want to make a smart, they want to make a wise decision. And by the way, I'm all for them making a wise decision. So then all I got to do is share with them, here's what I would recommend as the wisest decision. All right, well, Ms. Jones, listen, the way the buy now bonus works is when you place an order for the first time you see a Cutco demo from me, you get basically the best deal possible, right? So we have our 3-week guarantee. So if you want to get the best deal possible, no matter what, if you research for 2 weeks and you decide you want to get Cutco, it's going to cost you an extra $75, okay? Because you're not going to get this free item, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you place the order today, you can do research while using the product. And if your research shows you that this is not the best deal for you, we take it back. No loss whatsoever. So waiting guarantees losing you $75 if you decide to get it.
Yeah.
So the wisest decision is to place the order. That's why we have this guarantee, Ms. Jones, because as a sales rep, I only get credit for doing an appointment one time. And so if I go back and talk to people multiple times over and over, I don't get to qualify for as many appointments, et cetera, et cetera. So this gives you freedom to make a wise decision while thinking about it, while using it. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
and then and Andre kind of did do that approach with it because I called him kind of after that,
Mm-hmm.
and she was just saying, well, when things get better, like yes, I understand there's a full guarantee. If I don't like it, then I can return it back. But it's just when things get better, life gets busier, and just finding that time to go out and return it. I may not have that time, and then I miss those guarantee days or
Well, Ms.
go
Jones,
past.
just so you know, Ms. Jones, between you, me, and the fence post, we've had customers return it after 6 months, and our customer service department is the greatest in the history of the universe. If 6 months from now you decide you didn't like it, we take it back. In fact, you know what? I would come pick it up from you. I would bring a box. I would bring a UPS label. I would put the thing on there. I will call UPS from your house and have them come get it.
Okay.
Can't lose.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Got it.
our, if it's past the 15 days, if it's past 30 days, I've had somebody I saw one time got a set and for whatever reason they never even opened it. Okay, they got it and life was busy, whatever. They never opened their box. 6-7 months later, they returned an unopened box. Cutco gave them their money back.
Okay.
So the guarantee will handle that. It just boils down to us being more confident that this is the right decision than they are confident that I need to hesitate for some reason,
Hmm.
right? And they'll be more confident when we're more confident, and you'll be more confident when you do. I mean, it's your first full day on the job. I mean, whatever. So I'm not freaked out by that at all. But those are the kind of things. Yeah, people who have Henkels. I don't know if it was you guys yesterday or some other people I was talking to, but people who have if they have a set of German knives that they spend a lot of money on, sometimes they don't want to feel stupid that they bought all this other stuff that is completely inferior for a higher price. We don't want to make them feel bad about that. So I don't try to sell them a whole homemaker set right off the bat. But what I will do is help them get some of the things that they don't have, like a spatula spreader they don't have. They don't have a cheese knife, right? Henkels doesn't make anything like the Cutco cheese knife, and they don't make the super shears, right? So you had two of
Hmm.
those. So what I would have tried to do is I would have worked a deal with the super shears and the cheese knife with the spatula spreader for free, right? That way they're saving like $75. That makes that buy now bonus pretty strong.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's one of my calls yesterday. Her husband bought her a full knife set during Christmas. She thinks the brand is Global.
Hmm.
And so she's like, I have everything. I was like, hey, well, let's look at the individual pieces. And I had to cut that one short because she's like, I need to make dinner. I was like, okay, I'll keep it as short as possible.
Hmm.
So we kind of went down the individual pieces. She's like, oh, what's this cheese knife? And she actually got the cheese knife.
Hmm. Yeah, cool.
So, and then even like the one last night, my last one with the Henkel set, she's like, oh yeah, like I don't have the cheese knife and the spatula spreader. So those look really interesting to me. Like once I do my research, then yes, those are two will probably be things that I get.
Hmm.
So,
All right, cool. Well, I'm going to teach you today. I'll give a little bit more time. Right? I'll wait till about 8:20 or so to see if a few more people jump on here. I'm going to teach you something we call it the secret weapon. But really, when we do in-home demos, this is easier to do, but you can still do it on a virtual. And basically, it's a trade-in special. Like if they have some knives that they're not using, or they have a set of knives that they feel, gosh, I just spent money on these knives right here. What we'll do is we'll do a trade-in special where we will give them, let's say they're interested in a homemaker. We can give them $250 cash for their knives, right? The knives that they're going to get rid of if they place an order for a homemaker. It's like when you buy a car, you could trade in an old car and get a certain amount of credit toward your new car. Does that make sense? And so on a homemaker, we can give them it's actually a little bit more than $250, or right about $250 credit on, they don't get the super shears for free anymore. Instead of getting the super shears, they get $250 off.
So if they trade in their knives, they'll get 250 credit.
Yep. And I'll show you exactly how to do that and how to write that up on an order here in a minute. Hey, good morning, Mary.
Morning.
How are you doing this morning?
Good. How about you?
This fine Sunday morning. I'm great. Covina team is doing some business out there. I saw that there was some good CPO yesterday. There's a new girl named Kaylee, I guess, who's just started on Friday, and she's about right about $2,000, I guess, so far after her first day and a half. So that was pretty positive, pretty sweet. You started a week ago, right? You didn't just start 2 days ago.
I haven't sold anything yet, but
have you done any appointments?
Yes, I've done like probably 4.
Yeah. 4 appointments without any orders is pretty rare. What do you think's happening?
Well, I've been like, I don't know, like probably because like sometimes like the person I've been keep on calling up the same person that I did. So like, and he keeps on like changing his mind. So like, yeah.
Okay, no, wait a minute. You didn't do 4 demos with the same person?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't
so let's walk through. Well, you only get credit for doing an appointment, to one person one time, of course.
I know.
Let's walk through the appointments that you did. So if you started a week ago and you've only done 4, it's hard to build up any kind of real momentum and get the good practice in just with a couple of one demo here and there. Tell me about your first one. Do you remember your first appointment?
Mm-hmm.
Who was it for?
My auntie.
Okay, your auntie. And what's her life situation? Is she married?
No, she's divorced.
She's divorced. Does she work?
Yeah.
Is she still working during the coronavirus thing, or is she like off work or whatever? So she's still working?
Yeah.
Okay. But she's not currently married. Does she have any kids at home?
Yeah, she has a lot of kids. She has a lot.
What's a lot? 10 or 5? Or 3?
She has like
22?
1, 2. She has 2 teenagers and like 3 babies.
Oh wow. And they're all hers?
No, she so
Adopted?
she's an auntie to the 2 teenagers, and she's also an auntie to the 3 kids. So it's like she's like fostering them.
Oh, okay. So she's a foster parent. She is working. So who takes care of all these babies when she's working?
I'm sorry?
Who takes care of all these babies when she's working? Does she put them in
still
daycare?
her.
Still her?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of work does she do?
She does like, oh dang, I don't even remember. She told me that she still gets paid for the job that she does.
But you don't know what kind of job she has?
No, I don't remember.
Huh, all right. Well, does she live in a own her own home, or does she live in an apartment? What is her
Lives
residence?
in a house. Yeah, it's a townhome.
The townhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why did you think she'd be a really good person? Do you think because she cooks a lot and prepares a lot of food?
Yeah, she always makes like cakes and a whole bunch of like stuff for like family get-togethers and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about your next appointment? What did she say, by the way, when you asked her if she wanted to get something?
She was talking about that she had like the spatula spreader.
Okay. Well, but she didn't get it though, right?
No, she said that she gets when she gets paid, then she'll then she said that on the 25th to call her back, and then she'll buy it on the 25th because she doesn't have money right now.
Okay, so do you think that's accurate though? I mean, if a spatula spreader on a 2-part payment's about $40, I mean, do you think that's legit? Like she legit didn't have $40? I mean, if she legitimately didn't have $40, I don't know, maybe I might not do an appointment for somebody. I feel like I'd be teasing him. If she has to wait till she gets paid to spend $40, I don't think I'd want her to buy a spatula. She might need to use it on food or something. Does that make sense?
I don't know because like I don't know because she did say that she had to wait to get paid. So I was like it's not that much. So
Yeah.
like I didn't tell her anything, but like I was just like, oh.
Has anybody have you done a field training yet? Has anybody been on the phone with you for the entire appointment from the beginning to the end?
Not the entire appointment, but
Like what part?
like the so like the third part, like the third step.
Which is what is the third step?
Um
So do you call Jessica at a certain point in the demo?
yeah.
So what have you just done, or what triggers the okay, now I need to call my manager? When do you call?
When I don't know like how to, when I don't like know what to like do, like after they say like oh no, they're like, oh no, like I don't think that I can like buy this or something. After I call her to like ask her like what to say to them to like so like the point they're like can afford it, like to drop down basically.
Mm-hmm. So you called on all the ones that you've done. You call right at that point.
Well, some of them I got canceled. My auntie Dale canceled me like twice.
Okay, I'm talking about on the appointments that you said you've completed from beginning to end 4 appointments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just talking about those. I'm not talking about the ones that
Oh,
canceled.
okay.
I'm just talking about the ones that you did. On all 4 of them, did you call in right after? So basically, you say, so which one of these 3 sets do you like? You think you'd use the most? They pick a set, and then you say, with that set, you get this for free. And I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you this question. Would you like to go ahead and place an order for this set and let me give you the shears for free, right? And then they say
Mm-hmm.
no.
Yeah.
That when you call right then?
Yes.
Okay. And you called all 4 times you called right then?
Yeah. I said, okay, let me talk to my manager real quick, and they were like, all right. And after I called her.
Okay. And then you put Jessica on the phone with the customer and they talk?
Well, one time I didn't because it was already a 3-way call. My mom was on the call with her boyfriend, and I was trying to sell to like to him. So like that I couldn't put her on the line like right there because it wouldn't let me merge it. Yeah.
I thought you could merge more than one call these days. I have an iPhone. I think I can do like up to 10 people or something on there.
I have an LG.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it wouldn't
let you only 2 at a time, huh?
Yeah.
So your mom was in one place, her boyfriend was in another place, and so you already had a 3-way call going?
Yeah.
Yeah. Best to get them together. Let me ask you this. Do you know what device your customers are looking at the demo on? Are they are they doing the demo on a computer? Are they doing it on a phone, or what do you?
Yeah, my mom's boyfriend, he was on a computer. I told him to because like he doesn't have one. So he was at work when he so like, yeah, I made sure he was on a computer because.
Okay. Well, it sounds, Mary, to me like the best answer for you is we got to get you on more appointments for one. 4 is not a very big number for being in the business for what is now 7 or 8 days. But I really need to get you field trained. Okay. So when you talk to Jessica, and I'll talk to her too, we need you to do 2 things. First of all, listen in on someone else do an appointment. Okay. So you'll just be like a fly on the wall listening to an entire demo from the very beginning. Before they even call the customer, they'll call you. Okay. And you just put yourself on mute and you just listen. You listen to the entire demonstration from beginning to end, all the way down to the last, getting the recommendations. We need to do that at least one time. And then we also, the very next demo that you do, I want to do a field training on that too. I want somebody, either Marie or Jessica or Danomar or Nicole or Trino, you got a whole mess of awesome people in the Covina office to listen to your appointment. So you'll call your manager before you even call the customer. Right. And then the manager just gets on mute. You say hello to the customer. Hi, Auntie Susan, or whoever you're doing your appointment for. And I'm doing field training on this appointment. So thank you so much. I just want to introduce you to somebody I work with, and you introduce them to Jessica or whoever it is. And they'll thank them and show some gratitude to the customer on your behalf and tell them how awesome they are for helping you. And then they'll just listen. They'll just listen to the whole appointment. And if they notice something that they could inject that the customer might be interested in, or that might be relevant to them, they'll just help. But I don't want you to do any more appointments until you get a field training. One of those 2 kind of field trainings for sure. You're listening to someone do an entire appointment, or you are having someone on your appointment. Okay, one of those 2 things. Because Desiree, who's right here, Desiree, what's it like to have somebody field training with you? How does it is it helpful?
It really is, especially the first couple times I would ask, okay, where do I go from here? Or I remember the pricing, I had the free stuff. Like, do I put that in on the pricing or just like leave it out when it says buy, and like it'll calculate on its own.
Yeah.
And
So,
then
so you've done 8 appointments, right, in your first 24 hour, a little more than 24 hours, and you had field training on what, 3 or 4 of those?
1, 2, officially 3, and then I called one of them to help me. I think twice to jump in about halfway in.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I had.
But I know your
3.
first 2, we did a field training, right? And that's super important. So Mary, that's what I would suggest, highly suggest. That's your next step, is just to do field training. Field training is
Okay.
awesome. You'll learn more in 1 or 2 field training appointments than you learned all the 2 days sitting here watching videos and stuff. Okay, typically. Mr. Matt
Okay.
Begum, how are you, sir? Good morning.
Morning, Jay Brad. How are you?
Hey, have you done a field training like beginning to end? Had anybody listening in on your appointment from the very beginning all the way to the end?
Not from the very beginning all the way to the end. No.
I know you've called in a lot. I
Yes.
know Ron helped you on one of your first. I thought one of your first ones you had a full on field training. When did you call in?
I called in right when the video ended.
Oh, at the video ending. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was my grandmother, and he listened in for a little bit. And
Yeah. That's the one who already had some cut go, and she ended up getting some more.
yes, she had lost 6 table knives, and she got a 6-piece table knife set.
Oh, so you just added that in. That's cool.
Yeah.
So what's your career sales now? You're getting close to that 10,000, right?
I am $1,899 away from the 10,000 mark.
I know it. I love the fact that you know that to the dollar. That's what you got to do, man. You got to know it. At Dirty 30, we're gonna have to celebrate that. We'll have to have a Zoom Dirty 30 party for you.
Well, it'll be 2 dirty 30s for me in 1 year. So
Yeah. All right. That's good. Well, listen. What? Oh, you turned 30. I get it. That's
Yeah.
funny. I was trying to process that, and it took me a second. That's cool. What do you got lined up for today?
just making some calls and trying to set up some appointments for the week.
All right. Yeah. You don't have anything ahead of you right now?
I do not. I was doing yard work yesterday, and it
Oh,
kind of
really?
took a little bit out of me. So I was down and out for the count last night.
Oh yeah. That's
Not
no
feeling
good.
too well. Yeah.
Is that because you were partying for your 30th birthday?
No. That was back in January.
Well, it could be a really long party.
Yeah. No, we were trimming trees and just cleaning up the
All
yard.
right. Well, you're not setting a good example for these new people with no appointments ahead of you here, man.
I know. I
Desiree's,
gotta set some up. I'm making my phone calls today.
Yep. Well, listen, I'll say it over and over again. Dedication to phone time and discipline to phone time is the key. That's like practice, and you played high school sports, right?
Yes.
You're a football player, if I recall.
Football and basketball.
Football and
Or
basketball.
not
So-
basketball, baseball. Sorry.
baseball. So
Yes.
look, the thanks, Ron. That's good to know. The phone time is like going to practice.
Mhm.
Frankly, was what it was like. That discipline and practice, the conditioning, all that kind of thing. That just makes game time more successful, right?
Right.
You don't. But in our business, you don't even get to have game time unless you do the phone time.
Mhm.
So the discipline to that and the ability when you're all on your own and it's just you sitting at your house, staring at your phone and staring at your names. But good for you though. You've got over 100 referrals in your queue right now, right?
I do. I have them all written down. I got about 25 from one friend.
Yeah, good,
Actually,
okay.
I did. He gave me 25 names.
Okay, good. Well, get them
and I've
in
been
your
getting
phone.
like,
Get them on the queue app as soon as you can, and queue them up. Get them in there, and then when you're getting ready, let's say if you're going to do a phone. Oh, today we have a region-wide phone jam today. You guys know about that, right? 6:30 today is the region phone jam. They're going to be giving away prizes. I bet there's going to be 100 people at least. There might be more than that. I don't know. Maybe there's 200 people on the Zoom today, in the region Zoom. I will post. I don't even know if I have the link yet, but I'll post a link into all the group me's. And 6:30 to 8 o'clock, right? So Desiree, you might already have demos booked up through that point in time. But if you get a break, even if you can jump on for 30 minutes during that, it's 6:30 to 8 tonight. There's a region-wide phone jam. And even if you have the next 2, I know you have how many demos you have ahead of you now? Still 14 or
15 right
you have
now.
15 demos ahead of you. So that's awesome. That's a strong number. Even if you already have the next few days and you can't even you don't even have any demo slots to fill, I'd still jump on if you can, if you have a time between 6:30 and 8, just to see. This will be the first time you've ever done this, okay? So it's a region-wide. I mean, literally people from Alaska, Hawaii, Guam, all of California, Oregon, Washington. I don't know what it's going to be like. They're supposed to be playing music, and I don't even know how they're going to do it. It might be it could be a catastrophe. Okay, frankly, I don't even know what's going to happen. But they have this computer randomizer. So everybody who jumps in, I guess when someone schedules an appointment, their name goes in this randomizer, and they're going to be doing raffle drawings for people that are on the call. They're giving away Hardy Slicers and I think cheese knives. I don't even know, but they got a bunch of prizes. And if it goes well, they'll just keep beefing these things up, and we'll keep on doing them. So that's between 6:30 and 6:30 and 8 tonight. The early bird raffle is people who show up before set at 6:30. If anybody, I guess if you're there at 6:30, they're doing a raffle right then. Well, I can't say that for sure, but that's what it seems like based on the information I've got. So Matt, whatever you do before, I mean, I wouldn't wait till then to do some phone time. I would try to do some phone time this morning, try to get a demo today. On the virtual business, same day demos are very, very possible. In fact, if you call somebody and they're open to doing it, I mean, I would say we could do it right now. If they have time, why not? Right? Unless you've got like 10 demo slots you need to fill, and you have, let's say you have from 9 to 10:30 slotted away for phone time only. Well, I would say if you call somebody at 9:30, let's say, and they say they can do it, I'd set them for 10:30, right when your phone time ends. Just hammer that, right? So you literally today could get 2 or 3 demos done before the phone jam tonight, get even more recommendations, but most importantly, get all those recs in your queue. That's just one of those things you want to do like late at night when you can't make calls. Just all the referrals you got that day, put them in the queue, put them in the queue, put them in the queue. Desiree, you too. I know you got probably, you had 30 referrals or 25 for Desiree just after the first night. So did you get a lot of good referrals yesterday too? Did you do pretty well on that yesterday?
Wait, 2 of my family did. My aunt and uncle gave me 10, and then my other uncle gave me another 10.
Mm-hmm. So 2 sponsors, that's good.
Mm-hmm, and then a couple only gave me 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. So I had to brainstorm a lot. So yeah.
Okay, good. So sometimes you're going to get 2 or 3. Sometimes you might even get 0, but sometimes you're going to get 10. The key is to average 5. As long as you're averaging 5 or above when you're new, that's great. And as you get more experience, you'll start averaging higher and higher. I'll give a tip on getting a couple extra referrals. You may be already doing this, but just not pushing them. That's not the right word. Leading them, I would say, to the right, to one of the stepping stone numbers. Like 5 is what I call a stepping stone number. 5 is a number that you want to be averaging. So you always say, Ms. Jones, let's start with who are the first 5 you can think of, right? And when they get you to 2, you say, oh, you're almost halfway to the minimum of 5. You're doing great. Thank you so much for these names. A lot of appreciation, a lot of gratitude. And then can you think of just one more, right? Because people can think of one more. That's not an intimidating number. If they're thinking about 20, they might say, oh, that's a lot. I don't know if I could do 20. Okay. So just think about getting to 5. And if they get to 2 or 3, just, gosh, you're almost to that 5 number. Ms. Jones, I know you can do it. And you just keep with the thought joggers and that little line, can you think of just one more? Because that one more, that could be the next person that buys a homemaker set and gives you 20 names. That one name could be so valuable, we don't even know. So that's why we always do that. But you, Matt, and you, Desiree, whenever you're not doing phone time and you're not doing demos, that's when you want to put the stuff in the queue, right? Open that queue, upload, get all those names in there. You guys know how to put your referrals in the queue, right? It's pretty simple. You just click on add contacts and keep adding them.
I do it a little different way, but yeah, that works too.
However you can get them in there. I think you can dial the number and then save the number too. If do it that way, but I like having the 15 names queued up in order. So I just hit call and it just calls. That way it records the calls and we can see them because we get to see it. It gets me and gets our team excited when we look at our queue app, because the managers have a different access and we can see how many calls everybody's making, right? So when you've made 15 calls and talked to 14 or 12 people and set up 10 demos, everybody gets excited about that. So that's cool. All right, so Matt, for you, it's just demos, and I would recommend trying to get a full-on field training. Ask Ron to get either him or John and say, hey, the next demo that I do, I'd like somebody to field train from the very beginning to the very end, and they can listen to the rapport building. After that, they might even have some pointers or help during, okay? Because you can still say, hey, I'm new at doing this online thing. I have somebody here working with me that's it's a little bit more experienced, and they're gonna help me if I get lost or anything like that. And that way, the customer knows that, okay, there's this other person here. They might interject every once in a while. And then at the end, you can have a debrief where you can kind of go through, okay, here's some really great things that you did. Here's some things you could do, you might be able to work on for future. And that's, like I said, that's probably the best training that you're going to get all in all. Okay. I told you I was going to talk about secret weapon, Desiree. That's why you're here now. So I'm going to tell you about it. So let me go to something that's pretty fun. Matt, I don't know that you've really got a grasp of this part either. Mary, you can listen on this. This will be super helpful for you. And I'm going to go to Vector Connect first. You guys can see my screen, right? Okay, Vector Connect. Okay, thank you, Matt. I'm going to go to the Rollo app, and I'm going to teach you guys about something that you probably haven't seen yet on the in the order writing app. You can do whether you're on your phone or whether you're on your computer, either way. All right, I'm going to start a new order. Okay, I got 5 things in my cart. I'm going to empty my cart. Sometimes when I empty the cart, do you want to save this order? No. It takes me 2 times to empty it. Do you guys have that happen to you sometimes? Oh, it emptied. Okay, good. All right. So I want you to go, when you scroll down, okay, there's 2 very interesting little icons down here. One, what I'm going to teach you today is the B block set. And then on Tuesday or Wednesday, or maybe even Monday, I'll talk to you guys about the builder set. So the B block set, okay? What a B block set is, I'll click it. You see this homemaker set right here? It's a homemaker set, but there's no table knives in the holes for the table knives. You see that? So the homemaker set plus 8 is what, $13.59, I think is the price. Well, look at the price of this homemaker. It's the price of the homemaker without the table knives, but it has the block with the table knives. So if I add that to my cart, okay, I've got that in there. Then I go down to bonus advisor. Okay, now I can add table knives to my cart. Okay, and watch what I'll do. So I'll go to my cart and I take the table knives and I go to 7 table knives. All right, and then I go to well, I can do 8. There's 2 different ways I do this. If they really like the shears, well, let's say I just want to do the best price possible. I give them 8 table knives for free. Now they're getting a homemaker plus 8 table knives, but they're only paying $1,049. So they're basically saving $300 on a homemaker set. Does that make sense? Matt, you look like you're dumbfounded. Okay, so does that make sense? So what they're getting is they're getting a homemaker plus 8 table knives, but they're only paying $1,049. Right, and let's look at it, how it looks for the bonus points. It's to the top level of the bonus points. Okay, I mean, I don't want to get into the red, so it's 19 instead of right at the 20% mark, which is great. Okay, now if they really were fired up on the super shears, which by the way, if you're doing a good job explaining the super shears, after that little video, I always hype up the super shears as something that's really positive. Or even before the video, I might say, Ms. Jones, one thing I want you to really take a close look at in this video is the super shears. Right? These shears are amazing, and you'll see they do some things with the scissors that are awesome. And I'll ask the question before the video even starts. Ms. Jones, do you ever buy things at the store, Walmart, or even when you buy them from Amazon, and they come in this really hard plastic packaging that's really difficult to open? You'll see these super shears are amazing for that. I use mine to open bags of chips, tortilla chips or potato chips, bags of charcoal. I mean, people use super shears for everything. So that's one thing that most people really fall in love with when they look at Cutco, right? So if you pre-frame and get them excited about the shears before they even see the shears, that'll really help you sell more homemaker sets and sell more sets because they want the shears for free. Okay, so if they want the shears but they want a really good discount, instead of doing this way, what I can do is give them 7 table knives for free. Okay. Save that. Oops, not save, sorry. That's not what I want to do. Save is pending. I want to, so I have a homemaker set plus 7 table knives for free. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to add 1 table knife. Can I just do a 1 table knife here? No, that's not where I do 1 table knife. I'll do 1 table knife probably here. Okay, so I add 1 table knife paid for. Okay, then I can come back and give them the super shears for free. Add that to the cart. And then I'll bonus the super shears. So if I want to bonus it, I click right here under bonus. Okay, so now it's $1,092. So they're still saving. Desiree, remember I told you they could save $250 on a trade-in. This is what I would do on a trade-in special. Okay, so I would say, Ms. Jones, if you have some knives that you've been using and you're like, guys, I already have these knives. What we can do is we can give you credit for those knives, just like when someone trades in a car, you're trading in knives. You don't have to mail them to me. Once the stay-at-home order is released, I can come by and pick them up from you. But we can give you this price, and you can get it now, even before you trade them in. And you're going to be able to get the homemaker set plus 8 and the super shears all for $1,092. Okay, let's have a look. All right, now we're at 23 bonus points, or 23% bonus points, right? It's 255 points, right? They're paying $1,092. Our CPO is only $726, but hey, that's still $726. It's still a really good order. Okay, it's still better than going down to an essential set or something like that. Okay, Desiree, does that make sense? How I wrote that up? Did I go too fast?
No, I think I got it. So like for the trade-in special, so obviously I say I can give you the credit for the knives that you don't use, right?
Or what, maybe they are using them. Like that lady that said, my husband just got me a set for Christmas. Okay, now there's part of that is if the husband wasn't there for the demo, she's going to feel like, wow, he just got me these knives. I really want these Cutco knives, but if I Cutco and get rid of those other knives, it's going to be like an insult to him. There's an emotional component to that. It's not a logical component. Logically, it's like, oh, because those knives that he bought her probably didn't cost $250, probably cost $150, and so you're giving her $100 profit on those knives, so logically it makes all the sense in the world, but there is that emotional component. So if he's not there, it's going to be a more challenging sale. But that's why we try to get the couple together if we can, right? And if she says, well, my husband just bought me that, and you could say, well, look, I don't want to get in the middle of a Christmas gift or anything like that, but let me just throw something out here for you that might be able to happen. If he's listening, he'll be like, wait a minute, they're going to give me $250 for that set that I only paid $200 for. Yeah, let's do it. You get it? So that's part of the reason why we would want to do that. But see, all you're doing is you're giving a discount, and you can play around with these bonus points. See, that one of the things that when you start to get really good, you'll learn all these cool things you can do with the bonus points. So this is a lot of points, 23, but it's still a good order for you, and it's a great, great, great deal for the customer, right? And it makes that buy now bonus more valuable because, gosh, if you want to think about it and wait till June or July to get this, you're going to pay $13.59 for that set. And if you want the shears, you're paying another $117. So you're paying you're paying like $1,470. If you wait, right? Where I can give you all that for $1,092. So you're saving almost $400 by placing an order for it today. What do you say?
I think I got it.
Okay. So anyway, and one of the things, by the way, is this is when if you're on the phone on a field training, that's when you ask the manager, hey, explain the trade-in special for me, right? And you can listen to them actually explain it to the customer, and you'll see that'll be super effective, and the customer will be incredibly appreciative of that. They'll be like, oh wow, thank you so much for that offer. They're not going to get mad for offering them a discounted price on something that they like, So a lot of reps say, oh, I don't want them to get mad at me and feel like I'm putting pressure on them. You're not putting pressure on them. You're offering them the best possible value, So a whole different world. Awesome. Hey, Lisa, congratulations on your first signature set, young lady. That was pretty, I bet that felt, anybody got any questions about this, by the way, before I talk to Lisa for a second? You guys got the B block special. So all you do is you go down to the B block, and it's real simple. And every single one that we have, you guys, even the ultimate set, they can buy the ultimate set for $23.49, and we can give them free table knives. Okay. How much is the ultimate set normally? $23.49. Let's go here. The ultimate set is normally $27.39. So yeah, so they're saving $400, saving $400 by getting the set this way. Okay, on the trade-in. Okay, and you can do signature set on the trade-in. You can do, and we can create a trade-in for anything that a set that they want to get with the table knives. We can just discount the price. We use the B block and just do the upgrade. Okay. Lisa, you weren't here for all that. So if you're on the phone with somebody and they have if their objection is, well, that's too much money. I love the homemaker, but it's too much money. Or if their objection is, I already have some good knives. Okay. Or if they want to wait, pretty much no matter what they say, before I start dropping down to smaller sets, I would try this on the homemaker. So, hey, let me throw something out here for you. We have something called a trade-in special. And by the way, they don't have to trade in all their knives even, Desiree. If they have some knives that they like, right? They don't have to trade them all in. We'll just say trade in 3 knives, any 3 knives. I don't care if it's a Kentucky Fried Chicken plastic spork, okay? It doesn't matter. We can do it because of the bonus points, right? It just feels good for them if they're giving up something to get something, right? There's a psychology about that, okay? So we can just do the trade-in, but it's a discount that we can do all the time, anytime, okay? That's our secret weapon, right? We sell a whole lot more homemaker sets by offering them with the trade-in price, okay? The special price.
Question, so how would they trade in with the 3 knives work? The same way, or since it's only 3 knives, will we only trade in with 3 knives that they like?
Nope, we can give them, well, the point is, I don't want to confuse you. The point is you have ultimate flexibility in what they trade in, okay? You could say, I'll give you $250 trade-in for just trading in 1 knife. You could say that if you wanted to. It doesn't matter because we're not going to do anything with the knife. Like for car dealerships, they take that old car, they fix it up, check it out, and then they resell it, right? We don't do any of that, okay? We just call it a trade-in special. You could just call it a discount. You could call it a Sunday, April 19th special, if you wanted to. But customers' psychology of the trade-in special is it's just a strong psychology about it. They get it because they bought cars before, and they get that you trade in you trade in three of your knives or trade in an old set. I would just usually do it like 3 to 5 knives, or just set a number. Okay. Don't make it sound wishy-washy, kind of like I'm doing now. You want to give them a set thing. Hey, if you trade in 3 of your old knives, we will give you $250 credit on the homemaker set. Right. And then you do the B block, you have them bonus out 7 table knives, and you have them pay for 1, and the price of the homemaker goes to, 1,092, right? 1092 or something like that. But you just offer that special before you move on. If they say, I love the homemaker, but the money's a little much. If they say, I love the homemaker, but I need to wait. If they say, I love the homemaker, but I just got some of these knives, I'm going to wait till my knives wear out. Right. I used to have people say that. I'm going to wait till my knives wear out, and then I'll go ahead and get Cutco. And I'll be like, hey, Ms. Jones, you could totally do that. I'd recommend not doing that for a couple of reasons. And this is not just to help me win my scholarship or anything. Here's the reason I recommend not doing that. Okay. First of all, when those knives start to get dull, they become more dangerous, right? And there's that chance of a little bit more danger in the kitchen, chance of cutting yourself. Another reason is the price of Cutco goes up about every 2 years. It goes up anywhere between 2 and 4%. Some items even go up 5%, depending on the cost of goods and the cost of the steel and all those type of things. So let's say you use your knives for 10 years. I mean, the price is going to be, let's say, let's use 3%, 3, 6, 9. It's going to be 12% higher. If you wait 10 years, that's no good. And if you get it today, I'll give you $250 off the price as the buy now bonus. So there's 3 good reasons to not wait. What do you say? You just got to give them. You just got to be more confident that it's the right choice for them to buy it than they are confident that they should wait. And whoever's the most confident, that's who usually their opinion usually wins the day. Or their suggestion typically wins the day. So anyway, call in if you have questions on the B block. It's a pretty cool thing to do. And Lisa, I don't know if you caught that. You came in a little bit after I just started it, but all the B block is, you see the picture, it's just a homemaker set with no table knives in its slots, and we give them the table knives for free. Okay, so they get the homemaker plus 8 for the price of the homemaker without the table knives, and it's a great deal. And I'm done sharing my screen. Okay. Oh, and Mariah's here. Okay, hello, Mariah. I don't know if you caught much of that, but Ron can hook you up with the B block special whenever you're on your field training demos. So Lisa, tell us about selling your signature set today. How did that go? Oh, that's right. You're the one that has the microphone that doesn't work very well. Hold on, let me see. Can you unmute yourself and let's see? You can do it. Yeah, I can always hear the first couple of words, but the more you talk, for some reason, it just goes down. I don't understand why that is.
Trying to figure out my screen was weird.
Yeah. You know what you can also do whenever you call in to be on here? You can get on video, and then on your phone, you can call. There's a direct number. And so we can do the audio over the phone, and we can do the video over here. Okay. So we'd be able to hear you through your phone. Right. So next time we do tomorrow morning, for example, let's do that. Let's try this. So I know Samantha helped you a lot on the signature. Was it really good having her field training with you?
Yes, I really felt a little bit better with her, knowing that she's in the background there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that part of my weakness I'm noticing at this point is, how do I know when, or actually like what to give as a free?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you know what to pick? I mean, I know there's like a peeler, which is simple, and those are simple, but as they order more things, and even at the lower level, if they just order smaller things, what types of things and when can I make that decision? Kind of.
Yeah, that is an excellent question. It is an advanced level thinking question, so I love that. And the best answer I can give you is try to pay attention as you go through things, and you're asking questions, they're asking questions. You're asking what kind of cooking they do. Like, I always like to ask, even before I show the video, I like to ask the question when we're kind of talking and building rapport. I'll say, when they say, do you cook because you like to, or you have to, you love to, right? Mm-hmm. At that point, there's a little gap in the script where you can talk about their food cutting, like their food preparation needs. I say, so give me an idea. What kind of things do you, when you prepare food, what are some things that you do a lot? Do you do a lot of salads? Do you do a lot of chicken, stir fry, sandwiches? I mean, what's a typical 2 or 3 typical meals that you guys have? Right. Mm-hmm. And they'll tell you, and I'd be writing all that down, I'd have it in my notepad. And that way, if they say they do a lot of barbecuing, well, I'm like, okay, butcher knife, hearty slicer, barbecue set, right? Those are 3 really cool things. Mm-hmm. If they do that. So let's say they're looking at the homemaker, I might offer the barbecue tool set for free. Okay. Because I know they like the barbecue.
Okay.
So you customize based on what you learned about that person during the appointment, through the building rapport.
And it also depends on maybe the amount that they're spending.
Well, of course. Yeah.
And so
You,
the more
you,
that you spend,
yeah, about 25 points for every $100. Okay. Is about where you want to max it. 20, really it's 20 points per 100 is the 20%. Okay.
Oh.
So if they have 100 CPO, it's about 20 points, 200 CPO, it's about 40 points. And you just open up the Rolo app, the orders app, and you put stuff in and you see how it looks. If that bar at the top, if you get the thumbs down and it's red, you could still do it, not recommend it. Okay. You want to be probably in that orange level, the thumbs up orange level.
I need to play with that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fun thing to play.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
Well, congratulations on you and Desiree both got your first promotion, so that was really awesome. And selling the signature set, that felt pretty good, right? You made like 100 and what do you make, like a $90, right? On one appointment.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
It was really funny because with that particular customer, I had sent those 3 links before, and I think I sent him a little bit too early because by the time I made the call, they had already watched.
Oh, they'd already watched the video and everything?
Yeah, they watched it. So when I called, I said, I started talking to them. Oh, we're already calculating the numbers and everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was just kind of a silly call. It was really
Wow, that's cool. I mean, it shows the power of the product,
Yeah,
power
so
of the video.
all 3 calls were actually kind of. There's a lot of laughter. I don't know, if most of them do, but there's a lot of.
You should look, this job should be fun. You should be having a good time. They should be having a good time. If you go into it like, hey, I'm going to be visiting with somebody, right? And if I do a good job here and they like Cutco and end up getting it, this 1 hour period of time I'm going to spend with them is literally going to affect the rest of their life. Literally will affect the rest of their life in a positive way, right? Because they're going to have this amazing product, right? And I get excited when I start thinking that, And so, absolutely.
And she's ordering something on Monday. She's calling me back to order a gift.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll let her do that, I suppose.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, that's really good. So how many did you get to do so far? Just 3?
I did 3.
And you had 2 orders on those 3.
3 orders.
3 orders, 3 for 3. Oh my gosh. Our record in our office is 36. 36 in a row. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
36 in a row is the record for our office. So you're one. What is 3 of 36? You're a 0.5%. I don't know what you're one. Let's say 36 divided by 3 would be 12. You're 1/12 of the way. Is that right? Yeah, you're 1/12 of the way to the record. Look at it that way. I think I'm doing the math.
I think I'm nervous to do my first one without any trainer in the background.
Yeah, well, we'll try to do field training with you as much as possible. And by the way, you can always, even if there's nobody designated field training from the beginning, always after you do the video and you're getting ready to ask them which set that they'd like, you can always call right there. Okay, and we'll stay on for that first part to help you stay on track for the closing part.
Okay.
Yeah, so we will definitely do that. You can either call Sam directly because she's kind of your designated trainer. She's available today. She'll be available a lot today, actually. Or you could call the regular line, the 949 line that you've been basically texting back and forth with NJ. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. I got Kathy and Alil I need to chat with here a little bit. So Alil got your. Let's say Alil, you just got your first sale last night. Is that right? Can you let us see you and talk to you?
Oh yeah, my first sale was a candle opening last night.
Leo, first sale. How'd it feel?
I felt good.
Yeah,
Felt pretty good.
He's so excited. I feel good. That's all right. All right. Well, you got that first sale out of the way. That's really key. Have you had a full field training yet, where someone was on the demo? You called your manager first, and they stayed on the demo for the entire time.
I would call Ron in the beginning, and then after the video, but I don't think he stayed on the entire time.
Oh, and after the video. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if you call him when you say at the beginning, you called your manager before you called the customer, or you called him after you did the goals or something?
After I did the goals, I would merge the call, and then I would call back after the video.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's pretty good. Okay. If you're getting field trained for most of the time, right? If you can find a time where you have a demo that there's not another demo scheduled that one of the managers has to be on, I would love it if you call the manager, right? You say, you call them 5 minutes before you call the customer. You explain, here's who this demo is for. Here's how I know them. Here's what I know about them, right? And then they're just on for the entire time, all the way to recommendations, right? So they'll literally be on the phone with you for the full, 30 minutes or an hour or whatever time it is, all the way through Rex. That way your manager can really hear every little aspect of what's going on. They can interject and help out. You can ask Desiree and Lisa. It's been really terrific when we're doing that.
Okay.
And listen, you guys need to recognize something too. As our teams get bigger, Okay, so Alil, this is an opportunity that you might, this might, get you a little fired up. As our teams gets bigger, when someone's finished their fast start and they've done at least 10 or 15 appointments, and we know that they're following the script because we've heard them, we need field trainers. Okay, we need some people, and literally we can have people promoted to the field training position in 15 to 20 days after they start. Okay, it's not an assistant manager job, but it's a job where we will basically pay you just to listen and help other reps stay on the demo track. Okay, and help them when it comes time to the closing when they're brand new. Because if we in the summer we could very easily just in one office have 20 to 25 new people. Okay, and in a couple, there's 2 or 3 weeks of the summer where all the college students and high school students are getting out of school and they're all looking for jobs. We could be training 20 people in Long Beach, 20 people in North Orange County, 20 people in Covina, and 20 people in Downey, and 20 people in Irvine. We could have 100 people, in one training. Well, we need more people to listen to those new person's demos. Okay, from beginning to end, all the way through. So it's not a highly paid position, but it's a very rewarding position. Lisa, I talked to Sam last night after you guys sold that signature set yesterday, and I said, was it fun? And she said, oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I'm way more excited for Lisa getting a signature set than when I sell a signature set myself, right? And you guys will experience the same thing when you're a field trainer and you're listening and you help somebody get an order. It's such a rewarding thing, right? But, so what we would do is we just pay someone just a very small percentage, maybe a 0.25%, a quarter of a percent off of the entire office. If someone's doing a few more, maybe 0.5% off of the entire office of sales. But we are going to need 10 or more, maybe 10 to 15 field trainers, right? In about 4 weeks from now. Okay, so if that sounds cool and you think, hey, that sounds like something would be really interesting, make sure you're getting your script down, okay, and then make sure that somebody field trains with you so they can kind of know if you're good at staying on the script. We're going to need some of those people. So work hard now, do the best you can, get yourself to 2 or 3 promotions up the road, and probably, heck, May starts in a week and a half on the Vector calendar. So literally 10 to 15 days from now, we're going to be trying to add 2 or 3 new field trainers per office. So let your manager know if that's something that's interesting to you. We're probably not going to ask everybody to do it. We wait for people to say, hey, I'd be interested in knowing more about that field trainer thing. That'd be good. Anyway, congratulations, Alil. Kathy, you'll be the last one, and we'll wrap up. I'm only 3 minutes left officially. So how many appointments did you get to do yesterday?
Yesterday I did 1, and on Friday I did 2.
Yeah, no, you did 2 on Friday, and you had 2 orders on your first 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and yesterday, so you only got to do 1 yesterday. Is that just because you only had 1 scheduled, or did you have some?
I only had 1 scheduled.
Okay, and so how did the one yesterday go? What did you learn on that one?
She gave me a lot of good pointers for when, before I even really started talking about the products.
The customer gave you some pointers?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because I told her that it was new to me, and I just wanted to get a lot of practice in.
Right.
And
Okay.
stuff
Great.
like that. And she was just telling me to mention how Mother's Day is coming up, so it could be a good present. Father's Day also, so barbecue. And
Absolutely.
then,
Those are good. That's good advice. I'm really always interested in hear what kind of advice the customers give, because, and I realize I just interrupted you. I apologize for that. Because sometimes they give you some good advice, right? Like mentioning Mother's Day is coming up, to some people, it kind of opens their mind a little bit. Yeah. Father's Day. Sometimes though, your customers will give you terrible advice. Okay. So always when you get pointers like that, always talk to your manager about it. And your manager's got years of experience on what really works and what doesn't work. It's things that might work for other industries and other businesses may not necessarily work for us. Like you'll get advice, oh, you should go to restaurants, right? No, you should not go to restaurants. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you should go to flower shops. They all need shears. No. I've had people spend weeks trying to sell to flower shops, for crying out loud, and they get very almost nothing accomplished. So yeah, those are definitely good pointers. What did the one yesterday, what did she place an order for?
She didn't place an order.
Oh, so she just gave you advice, but no order, huh?
Yeah. I mean, when I first called her and made the appointment, she was like, oh, sure, honey, I'll love to support you, but I'll help you out and watch it. But they have 6 kids, and she doesn't have a job. So.
Oh, so it wasn't really a qualified appointment in any way, right? It was just to doing it just to be doing it.
Well, no, she has 6 kids. She's over 30 and she's married. But
she doesn't work.
Well, she doesn't work, but I mean, they make good money, the husband. But she just said, as of right now, with coronavirus going on, we don't want to be spending a lot. And I was like, yeah. Well.
Yeah, so yeah, that would have been a good one to have somebody field training on. There's a video, Ron. I guess Kathy's done 3 appointments. I guess you can go ahead and let her see the, you should probably have a workshop with some of your people on closing and coronavirus. Matt, you saw the closing during the coronavirus training. Okay. Yeah. So Ron still gives a thumbs up. So yeah, Kathy, watch this video. It's 19 minutes and it'll help put into perspective. COVID-19 is not an objection, okay? And this video will explain why it's not an objection and kind of help you mentally process that. It's hard. I can imagine when I was brand new, if coronavirus and people said, "Oh, you know, with COVID-19," I would be like, "Oh gosh, you know, I don't want to push them, you know, during this time." But you'll learn that that's irrelevant. She has 6 kids. She prepares food a lot. Her husband is still working and has his income coming in. Then there's definitely a need there, you know, for those people. But anyway, that's a good workshop. You can either watch it as a workshop, or if you're going to watch it, you have to commit that you're going to take some notes and then you're going to send it. If Ron just let you watch it on your own, because you're pretty sharp, you probably will be able to handle it. You have to type back or text back. Here's the top 5 or 10 nuggets that I got out of this. Okay. And it's me giving the training. And it's kind of fast. I sped up the video a little bit. You can kind of tell it's sped up a little bit just to make it quicker, and you guys can think faster than I can talk. But it's a really great training. Okay. And it'll help you understand some of the psychology around, you know, why when people make excuses for various things. Okay. Lisa's asking for the video. NJ, if you think Lisa's ready for the closing and coronavirus, I will let you send it to her, but she's got to commit to, that she'll send you her notes from it, your takeaways.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to send it to people and I'll watch this whenever I get around to it. Now if you're going to get it, you got to watch it within the next hour and then send some takeaways. And it's revolutionized and it's gone, like, I don't know, I just made it for our team here and some other offices and other parts of the country. Realized that we had this and realized we're kicking their butts. And so now a lot of other states have started watching this video. And so now it's kind of gone, I wouldn't say it's gone viral. It's gotten like maybe, I don't know, 70 views or something. But I just was using it for a workshop for us, you know. And NJ can make that call. You know, he knows, you've done 3 appointments. You probably, and you field train on all 3. So you probably are ready for it. You know, Desiree, if you're open to it, feel free to ask about it as well. All right. Time is up. Thank you guys for your time. Hopefully you learned something. The question you want to be asking yourself after each appointment and after each day, and there's a question we'll ask tomorrow morning at the same time, is what am I learning? Okay, what are the things that I've learned from my appointments that I've done? And you'll learn a lot from your demos that you make sales on. You'll learn just as much. In fact, me personally, I learned more on the demos that I didn't make sales on. And I've made it a point after my demos to call into my manager when it was fresh on my mind and say, hey, here's what happened. We didn't have field training, okay, on the phone like that back whenever I was a rep, because we didn't have cell phones. We couldn't put them on speakerphone, right? Speakerphones was like a luxury for people. Most people didn't even have them. So we weren't able to do that kind of thing. So that's a benefit you guys have now to get field training done. I would recommend that you do it as often as you have a staff member available to do it. If you're interested in being a field trainer, definitely let your direct manager know. And then tomorrow morning we'll talk about what did you learn, right? And if we can get 1 or 2 people to sell a trade-in special, a B-block special, I can teach you guys either tomorrow or Tuesday. I'll teach you about another set called a builder set. Okay, it's another thing that's on the Rollo app, and the builder set is a whole nother little place to drop down, right? So the more steps you have before you get down to 1 or 2 knives, the more likely you are to sell bigger orders. Okay, so just make sure you're getting a lot of little mini drop downs walking down the stairs one at a time. Do not try to jump from the top of the stairs, homemaker set, down to 1 knife. Okay, because then you might sell 1 knife, but more than likely you won't sell anything. Because if you try to jump from the top of the stairs and try to jump all the way to the bottom, what happens? So you end up, tripping and breaking your legs. Okay, we don't want you breaking your legs on your demos and getting a no sale or a tiny sale when you could have got a better one. All right, anybody who needs to jump off, please feel free to do so. It's 9:05. Kathy, I'll answer your question. I see you raising your hand.
So if you're done showing the video and then they're like, oh, like I already have a lot of knives, but like maybe I'll buy like 1, like, so do you just still try and like keep going from like, oh, like I know you have a lot of knives, but like, like look at these, like this, like this many knives.
Mm-hmm. That's a great, that's a really great question. At least half of your people will try to get you to just give them individual prices right at the beginning. Okay. But just because that's what they want to do doesn't mean that that's what they actually would end up being interested in. It's just what they think is the best thing for them. And we don't know, maybe that's all they end up wanting to get, but we don't really know. And it's not the right practice for you. And the reason we pay you guys to do these first demos, whether you sell or not, is because we want you to practice it just like, you know, they're super interested no matter what. So just tell them that. Say, hey, no worries. I can talk about individual prices and everything. I appreciate you helping me out for this appointment. If it's okay, I'm going to just kind of follow my script. I'm going to show you lots of different options. And look, you may end up only wanting to get one knife. That's okay. But I'm going to show you the options because of a couple of reasons. One, I need to practice. Two, you might find something that catches your eye and does fit your budget. I don't know. But three, you know, things might change for you in the future. Maybe 6 months from now, you win the lottery and you want to get you want to get more. Or maybe a wedding is coming up in September and there might be a wedding gift that you might catch your eye as we go through this. So I don't really know why, but I know my job is to show you all the different options so you at least know what's available. And if you only want to get one knife, no problem.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So you just have to say whatever you got to say to make it comfortable to, you know, do the steps, right? And even if it's just, hey, I need to practice, you know, maybe down the road you want to get a set, at least you'll know what all the options are. And maybe down the road you might need a gift idea too. So I'm just going to go through, just follow my script here, and you can feel free to say no. It won't frustrate me, I promise. Right? That's right. That's right in the script. You know, and we have that happen all the time. Okay, all the time. People say one thing, but for whatever reason, that's not what they mean. Let me wrap up with the famous story of Joy Light. Okay, I had a customer one time. I was doing a demo for her. Her name was Joy. It was a referral from my mom, actually. She worked with her. And this was a nice lady. Of course, it was an in-home presentation, not online. It was a nice lady. And she sat there like with her arms crossed the whole time, right? She was nice, but she wasn't warm. Okay. If you know the difference. And so I did the demo and she, you know, didn't really seem very interested, but I did it how I was supposed to do it anyway. And I got to the end. I said, so do you want to get this homemaker set? And she goes, oh, no. I'm not planning on spending any money today. That was her objection. You know, I'm not planning on spending any money today. And so I was like, okay, well, we do have another set. It's just a few less knives for a lot less money, and it's called the galley set, right? And I brought out a picture of the galley set, and I showed her what was in it and what it came with, and I said, and that set goes for only this price, and you know, with that set, I can still give you the super shears for free as a gift. So, is that something that you? How did it go? So, how does that set look for you? Okay, and she goes, oh no, Brad, I'm just not planning on spending any money today. And I was like, okay. And so I'm thinking in my head, you know, okay, what do I do? You know, if I keep doing it, she's going to feel mad at me. I'm pushing her, you know, and if I don't, you know, so I said, well, okay, how'd you enjoy the presentation? Great. Here's, you can really help me out. I get credit every time I show it. And I got referrals, right? And I just stopped after the galley set, right? I got my referrals and I left, right? And I got like 7 or 8 referrals. And I thought, well, that's probably the best, you know, I could have done, just got to get those referrals. So about a week and a half later, I'm talking to my mom and she says, hey, what happened on that appointment with Joy? You know, because they worked at my mom was an elementary school PE teacher, so she worked in the administrative offices or something at the thing. And I said, oh, she was lame. She didn't want to buy anything, right? Of course, when I was new, if the customer didn't buy, I always blamed the customer. But if they did buy, I was like, oh, I took credit for it. Oh, I sold them. You know, I was pretty good, right? And I didn't realize that whether they buy or don't buy, it's always my fault, right? It's never on the customer. And so I said, oh, she didn't want to buy anything. And my mom says, well, that's not what she told me. And I was like, what you talking about, Willis? I'm like, what, Mom? She told me she didn't want to spend any money. And she says, well, what she told me was there were a couple of knives that she was really interested in, but they only came in big sets. And so that's why she didn't get anything. And I was like, what? You got to be kidding me, right? So what I realized is just because certain words are coming out of someone's mouth is not necessarily what they're saying is not really what is in their head or they're thinking. Because here's what she was saying. I'm not planning on spending any money today. But what she really meant was, I'm not planning on spending that much money today. And it was several $100s on the galley set. And so I learned that if I would have just kept on going, and if I had just said, hey, listen, no problem, you don't have to get anything. I'm getting credit just for doing this, but I really need to keep on practicing going through. And things might change for you someday. Maybe you want to gift someday. At least you'll know all the options. If I'd have just said that and gone on down, I probably would have sold. Probably based on what my mom said, there was like 2 or 3 knives she was interested in. I probably could have had her do a buy 3, get 1 free, or maybe even a buy 4, get 1 free, something like that deal. But I tell you what, that no sale that I had made me more money over my course of selling Cutco than any other demo that I ever did. Even though I didn't make any money on the commission on that order, that taught me I'm always going to show all the steps no matter what. And I probably sold 85% of the demos I did after that moment because I never unless I ran out of time and they had to leave or something, you know, unless there was some emergency. But when I realized that if I just follow the script and I just keep showing them all, it's really hard for somebody to not buy anything as long as they like the product in the first place. Okay. If after I showed them the homemaker and they say, you know, that I think these knives stink, I think they suck, I don't think I'd even use them. Okay. Well, that's a whole different ballgame, right? But if they say on the homemaker or when I'm doing the initial close, wow, I really, really like these knives. I mean, they look really great. I'd love to own them, but okay. What I realized is if they say, I really like it, I really want it, I'd love to have them. If they say that, and then they say, but they give me some reason why they're not buying it, I knew that in almost every single case, they were going to be buying something today, because everything I said and did after they say that they like it, they want it, and they would use it, I'm just trying to help them get something that they like, that they want, and that they would use, right? I wasn't trying to sell them something for my benefit, right? So if they like it, they want it, and they would use it, I'm working really hard to show them every possible option, you know, and that's almost every customer that you're going to run across. I don't know if that helped or not, Kathy, but hopefully that did. Okay. And you're still, I mean, you only done what, 3 appointments, Lisa, you've only done still 3. So, I mean, you guys got a lot of fun experiences. You're going to have some no sales that you're going to have, you're going to learn a lot on, you're going to have some sales that are going to be fired up. But right now for you guys, let's get the 10 appointments done first. Okay. Get the 10 appointments and you have enough experiences to build on, to really start to crystallize, you know, how the job's going for you. Right, Matt? See, Matt knows. Anyway, hey guys, now it's 9:13. I'm 13 minutes over my time. I told you I'd be here. I'm going to honor your time here. Any more questions, feel free to write them down and save them for tomorrow. Call your manager directly, do some field training. We're on back tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. And I got to be off. I have a regional meeting at 9 o'clock tomorrow. So I'm probably going to jump off at 9:45 tomorrow, or at 8:45 tomorrow. So 8 to 8:45, I'll have this open. And I'd love to be celebrating with some of your sales that you guys make today. And I also want to get your opinion on how this Region Phone Jam goes. Okay. I'm going to jump in on the Region Phone Jam. I probably won't be there from 6:30 all the way to the very end of it, but I've got my small group Bible study we're doing on Zoom now. That is at 6. God, that's supposed to start at 6:30. Well, I might have to miss the first 30 minutes of that because all they do is chit chat. All right, you guys. Lisa, if you've got a 5 and it's over at 7, you could jump in to the phone jam. You know, I would jump in just to see what it's like. Did you say you have a 5 o'clock appointment?
My appointments have been like 2 hours.
Okay, that's what I said. If you start at 5 and you're done at 7, the phone gym starts at 6:30, goes to 8 o'clock. So you could jump in at 7.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And it's okay if your appointment takes you 2 hours, by the way. If you're having fun and you're building a lot of rapport and you're just chit-chatting and catching up with people that you know, that stuff could take 30 minutes right there, you know, before you even get into the talk about the knives, right? And if the customer's really, you know, shopping, you know, and you guys, people can sit and spend 2 hours just on Amazon shopping. Okay. I mean, you could do that without even any interaction of any kind, you know, because, oh, people who bought this also bought this, people who bought this also bought this, and they check it out and they're doing comparisons and they're all kind of things. That's not incredibly unusual. Okay. Just try to be cognizant of if the customer's still engaged and enjoying it, or if is it dragging, you know, just gotta try to gauge that.
I think it's because I was scheduling them originally kind of closer together. I realized my presentation would be so long. I had to make some adjustments.
Yeah, you can start scheduling them 2 hours apart if that you feel comfortable with that. You could also still schedule them 90 minutes apart. You're going to have sometimes people who have to reschedule on you, and you can get more scheduled in a day if you're doing 90 minutes apart. And if you get in one and you're going and you're at like an hour and 15-minute mark, you say, "Hey, Ms. Jones, I've got another appointment coming up. Let me call them real quick and let them know that I'm going to I can either postpone or push it back a little bit, or just text them and say, hey, my appointment that I'm on is running long. Is it okay if I call you in 20 minutes? You just text the other customer. But it's better to have them scheduled and make them go a little bit long and kind of make adjustments as you go, as opposed to schedule them every 2 hours, because every 2 hours, if someone cancels or postpones, now you've got a completely 2-hour break. Of course, you could use that for phone time. You know, you could do phone time and schedule more, you know, make it useful to you. So either way works, okay? In fact, probably for the next few, just schedule them 2 hours if that's how long they've been going. And maybe as you get more experience, maybe they shorten, maybe not. Either way, as long as you're getting orders, as long as you're having fun and getting orders, 2 hours is okay.
Okay, because I was just going to say, I think that, I mean, we're going to get off right now, but I just want to say that I think it's partly because of you and partly because when I'm doing a presentation, they like to tell me stories about this cooking deal.
Absolutely. And you want to have plenty of time for that.
So I'll learn to adjust all that.
Yeah, no, you want to have plenty of time for that. No problem. Hey, and you're going to have you've had a couple that have taken longer. You're going to have some that go really short. You know, you're going to have some that the building rapport is short. You show the video at the end of it. They're like, yeah, I think I'll take that homemaker set, and you're done in 30 minutes. You know, you'll have some like that too. Okay. So it's really, there's more art than science, I guess, to it. Okay, you guys, how come you're making me stay on here and keep you too long? Okay. It's 9:18. You guys go have a great Sunday. And we need a big day. Well, I was going to tell you where our goal is. We're trying to get $100,000 for the division. We're at about 70,000 right now for the division. So we got about 30,000 to go today and tomorrow. So 2 days left. We should be able to do it, but every single demo and every single order counts. So squeeze in everything you can. We hit 100K. We got a chance of being #1 in the nation again, like we were last week. All right. Take care. Good work, Kathy. Keep up the good work. And we'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.